Folks, have I got a simple recipe for you guys today. I know a lot of times you don't have a lot of time when you're at the house in order to make stuff, you know. This is something that you can make at the house, carry it with you, or you can make it on the truck. I love this stuff. I'm from the South, so we have a tendency to eat good food down here. But anyways, today's recipe is going to be chicken and dumplings in the crock pot in your truck. That's right, I said it, in your truck, man. So you guys come back and we'll show you how it's done. All right, and we're back. Now, of course, chicken and dumplings, it's in its name, folks. Gotta have chicken, right? I like to use chicken breast. I like to cut a lot of the fat and stuff off of it, which I did before this, kind of prepped it a little bit. But something that I've found that kind of helps is a lot of people, and to each their own, a lot of people like to put the entire chicken breast in there and do it. And when they're this size right here, I kind of like to cut them down just a little bit. Doesn't take up a lot of space. And here's what we do, folks. First and foremost, I've got this crock pot on high, and we're going to want to cook this for about 3.5 hours on high. Then we'll come back. I'll show you how to make the dumplings. That takes about another hour and 15 minutes or so. And then, man, heaven awaits. Check this out. I like to take a little bit of olive oil. Just a little bit, just to kind of keep it from sticking. Just a little bit. We're not wanting to drench it. We just want to put just a little in there to kind of give it a little surface coat. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lay our strips in there, and you can use tenderloins. You can use chicken strips. We've got probably just a little bit over a pound here, and about 1.25 pounds, because of course we got a smaller crock pot, and you guys in the truck, if you've got a smaller crock pot, you know, it's just something that you don't have to have a full-size refrigerator to store your leftovers. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with that right there. Got to pour that down in there like that. We're going to add a little bit of cream of chicken and cream of celery. These are two great soups for this recipe, but you can add what you like. Some people use cream of mushroom. So what we're going to do is this right here. We're going to pour all that in there. That's going to make a pretty good sized pot right here now. And I'm going to go with about half of this. This is cream of celery, and it adds a great flavor to it. We're going to go with about half of it. Just about like that, because we got chicken stock. It's got chicken broth. It's got to go in there as well. Spread that around that top real good. We're going to take our chicken broth. We want to make sure we cover that, because we want this soupy about like that. We add our seasoning. This is how simple this is, folks. You know I'm going to go with some garlic, and you add the seasonings the way you like it. Season to taste. And we're going to go with about that much right there. We're going to put that in there. We're going to go with a poultry seasoning. Like I said, make it your own, folks. And you want plenty of this. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to take that little lid off right there. Yeah. That right there is about right. I would put a little bit more in there, but we're going to stir it first, see what we got going on. Some black pepper in there with that. Gotta have that, man. That right there is going to open up. And we're going to let the chicken and the chicken broth cook. There you go, folks. We'll check back in about 3 hours, and then we're going to shred our chicken. That should be done by then. We can tell by sticking a fork in it and twisting it. If you can stick a fork in it and twist it and it comes apart easily, it's time. So anyways, we will be back. I'll clean this mess up, and we'll get the biscuits in get the dumplings in the chicken broth. All right, folks, and we're back. It's been about 3 hours, and I checked this just a while ago, and it smells fantastic, and it's ready. Let's get all in. Sprinkle that all up hard. It looks like that's going to be just about the right amount too. Check it all, make sure we ain't got no huge pieces in there. That looks perfect right there. Now, the star of the show just showed up. Take a regular can of biscuits. And this kind of part I like right here. You just take and peel you some bite-sized pieces up. Just like that right there. They'll be a little bit smaller than what you put them in there, but they'll be full of flavor. You just pinch you a little bit off there, make some little dumplings. Alright. And with that said right there, I'm just going to kind of dunk them under a little bit. It's about like that way. Oh yeah. You start feeling them, they're starting to get a little doughy already. Where they're not. Alright. Right there. Now we're going to put that lid back on it. Alright. Well, with that said, we are done. As far as this part goes, the next part is we're going to wait about an hour and 15 minutes. This will be done, and it should be amazing. And I can't wait to see our results. Anyways, come back here in about an hour and 15 minutes. Alright folks, we're back. And I'm telling you, it was tough. It's tough. This was smelling so good. But the key is leave a lid closed. Let it cook, let it do its deal, because that steam is what's cooking the outside of those dumplings up. Now I did take the lid off and spin it one time. So what we're gonna do right now, all that good flavor intermingled. Look at that. Look at that right there. All that chicken up there, all those dumplings, and that sauce. My goodness. My goodness, look at that. Now that right there is going to be good, folks. And if it's not, my name's not Tony Hensley, I'm telling you. And that's it, folks. You've seen it with your own eyes. If we can cook in this crock pot, you can cook in that truck. And that right there, that's going to be amazing. That's a good meal right there. That's good comfort food. All right. Well, you know, I kind of like to leave a little, not words of advice. I'm nobody to give anybody advice, but just maybe some motivation. But you know, something that's crossed my way this week, and I've thought about it. It's been on my mind quite a bit, and that's kindness. Everybody needs to be a little kinder to other folks. You don't know what they're going through. Some people are going through an awful lot right now, and it's tough times. But I think a little bit of love and a little bit of compassion and a little bit of understanding and forgiveness goes an awful long ways. At least what it does in my book. And with that said, voila. Get a chance, you got to make this. Enjoy this, and see you next time on Cooking with Tea.